What's going on, everybody? Your boy Rogue here. So, decided to take a break off of Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's why guys are not getting a vlog today. But I was keeping in touch with the game because the WCQ Berlin was this week. Shout out to Tempest guy who won. He looked like he was really excited. I can tell it was a childhood dream come true for him. So now that the WCQ in Berlin is over, which is the European area, and then WCQs in America is over, I think it's perfect time to start doing Banlist predictions again, because Konami did state that they're going to drop the Banlist mid-August, and literally August is next week. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised if they dropped the Banlist early. Before you get to the actual video, though, smash that like button. Let's get the video to 100 likes. That'd be awesome. And if you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe for more. I'm uploading at least 2 videos a week, typically doing vlogs and discussions. So if you guys like that type of stuff, check me out. So I'm going to go over things I think need to get hit in this format that will make the metagame. This is kind of more of a wish list than a prediction. However, this is stuff I can realistically see Konami hitting in order to make the game better. But you guys know what Konami is usually 50-50, whether if they want to make the game better or not, or they just want to pump out more product and have us go through another toxic format. But I personally think moving to this upcoming format, Konami will do some hits that we are not expecting, because there is a big outcry online about a lot of players just not liking the game right now. People hate to say the Yugioh. They hate the fact that you either have to play Yugioh or Snake Eyes, or you're pretty much not winning. Despite the fact that we got Tempest doing good, despite the fact we got Ritual Beast doing good, numbers don't lie. Snake Eyes, Phoenix Smith is still the #1 represented deck of the format. It is the best deck. I personally think, though, we're not in a tier 0 format anymore. I think in order to play decks like Tempai, Yubel, and Ritual Beast, for example, you have to be a master of your deck. Snake Eyes is the kind of a deck where you have to be a master of your deck. It's still a little easier to play than those, because from being a fire player myself at one point in time, just playing a straight Fire King fire deck, a lot of the fire stuff floats, which makes the deck a little easier to play versus playing decks like Yubel, Ritual Beast, and etc. Tempest is still easy to play, but they're just not heavily as represented as Snake Eyes, because Snake Eyes is a little easier to deck to play. So here I got the banned cards. Ban Snake Eye Ash. It's one of the main combo pieces of the deck. If you ban Ash, you slow Snake Eyes down a lot while still making the deck still be pretty good. You still have Oak to play with. You still got Poplar to play with. And you'll still have Flambass to play with. I don't think Flambass need to get banned anymore. At one point, I wanted Flambass to get banned, but I think the Snake Eyes deck do need a little bit of power to keep it up based on the rest of my hits. So I think with banning of Ash and doing everything else I'm gonna have on those lists, it'll make the Snake Eyes deck a lot more playable and not as OP as it is now. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna force people to go back to Snake Eyes Fire King, but that's perfectly fine. I feel like Snake Eyes Fire King was way more balanced than pure Snake Eyes. Also, so after Ash, I got Protos. Now I know Protos is a card that was just abused since the weekend by the one Ritual Beast guy, but you guys can't tell me you guys don't know this metagame trends. Now that Ritual Beast players have the sauce to abuse Protos, I predict moving forward, especially on the regional circuit, we're going to see an uprising of Ritual Beast decks abusing the Protos card for the Protos FTK. So with that being said, why not just get rid of it? Konami banned it for a specific reason. The reason being, when they banned it at the time it was banned, it was getting abused by a specific deck. Don't remember what deck it was. Maybe you guys could remind me what deck that was abusing Protos in the past in the comment section down below. I think it was Soroso, if I'm not mistaken. However, they banned it in the past. I can see them banning it again because it's a card that just came off the ban list. So why not just ban it just to chop its head off early, so that way it don't ruin the upcoming metagame. So banning Protos, I think we all can agree on that, even though a lot of people were like, oh, Protos is not that big of a deal. There's only one guy. But bro, trust me, I've seen things like this happen before. It takes one person to start a trend and people will follow behind it. Just like I guarantee we're going to have an uprising of people using the Ancient Gear deck because of that one guy that almost topped, but I think he made day 2 at the WCQ for America. So yeah, ban Protos, ban Albion, the Sanctifier Dragon. Branded players, I'm tired of getting sacked by branded players. And that's not to say that Branded's not a good deck, and that's not to say branded players can't win without Albion. Let me get some water because it's really hot out here. It's like 90 degrees in my house, bro. It's insane right now. Insanely hot and really humid. It's not water, this is actually tea. I know it's kind of off topic, but yeah. Ban the Albion, bro. I'm tired of getting sacked by branded players. Like I said, they can still win without it, but it just makes their whole game plan just to public lock you. And I know people saying, well, Brandon ain't doing much. It don't matter. Brandon still could do really well. And any FTK, OTK, I don't think those need to exist. So that's why I think Albion needs to get hit. Right behind Albion, ban Skilldra, bro. I think a lot of players are just not caring about Skilldra anymore. It probably shouldn't have came off the ban list to begin with. I remember when it came back to 1, it was a Sasaki card. It's like, oh my god, it gets sacked by Skilldra. No one wants to get sacked by Skilldra again. So just get rid of it, ban it. Decks like Snake Eyes can just abuse it like crazy because they can tribute for costs. They can flip Skilldra, tribute for cost Skilldra to pop off their combos. Just get rid of it now. So that way, moving forward, future decks that contribute things for cost under Skilldra don't just take advantage of the card. I'm also thinking Beatrice needs to get banned as well. I saw that got a lot of this ideas from saw some people in Zodiac Duelist already uploading their ban list predictions, and Beatrice was on the list. I can definitely see Beatrice getting hit because even though us Yugioh players have other ways to abuse the extra deck to abuse the Fiendsmith engine, banning Beatrice, I think it hurts other decks from abusing the Fiendsmith engine. But on top of that, it also stops from different combos. If there's like one trap card that Beatrice can send from deck to the graveyard, I believe, to activate a card from deck, it's insane. I don't know the combo off the top of my head because a lot of players on my local shop is not on that list, on that combo. But if you guys know the combos, you guys are know what I'm talking about. But yeah, banning Beatrice, it's just a combo starter. I can see it getting hit. And honestly, realistically getting hit. I can also see Appaloosa getting hit to 1. No, sorry, not to 1. Banning Appaloosa. This has been one of the most controversial talks for the past metagame. And I understand why. Because Appaloosa existing kind of makes people not want to run Nibiru. But with Appaloosa existing, players are not really running Nibiru like that because they figure most of the time people will go on Appaloosa. But as we've seen from the WCQ in Berlin and even North America, people are still making deck in Nibiru, and their whole goal is to open up 2 hand traps and have or an Imperm. So if you're that way, if your opponent has the Appaloosa, you can go Imperm, Nib, and get rid of their board. But yeah, hitting Appaloosa not only just hits Snake Eyes, it hits the Yugioh, it hits any deck that could just spam it out because it's a monster negator and it's a hand trap stopper when you really think about it. A lot of these combo decks nowadays go mid combo, under 4 summons, make Appaloosa, continue their combos so that way they don't have to worry about Nibiru, and then pop off from there. By hitting Appaloosa, it's going to make more creativity in the extra deck, and on top of that, it hits Yugioh without hitting Yugioh directly. Same thing with Snake Eyes, it hits them without hitting them directly. Now, I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna do part of the ban list where stuff come back. Everyone knows that's random. I mean, you guys are. I personally would like to see a lot of the wind up stuff come back. I like to see Hunter get banned, like I should have gotten banned back in the day, but that probably won't happen. So whatever comes back, it's gonna come back. Same thing with hitting the 2. I think hitting the 2 stuff to 2 is pointless because it's still, even though hitting the 2 kind of matters, like people could argue hitting D shifters 2 would matter. However, yeah, I just think I'd rather hit that to 1, which is why I got on my to 1 list. D-Shifter. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be like, oh, F this guy, exit the video, but think about it real quick. Think about it. Tempai is still one of the best decks. If you hit Snake Eyes, you hit Yugioh by hitting the Appaloosa, Shifter is still going to be a really good card to abuse, and Ritual Beast, Tempest, and God knows whatever else decks can abuse that card. Hit it to 1. Don't ban it. Hit it to 1. Hurt the consistency. Make it a sacky card in the decks that it's supposed to be good in, so that way people just don't open it up and just right out raffle some people. Tempad needs to get hit. It just won a WCQ. The deck's real. The reason why we don't see more Tempad decks topping and winning, and or more Ritual Beasts, and or more Yugioh, is because there was a certain amount of people who said we'd rather play Snake Eyes because we know that's the best deck versus playing these other decks, and that kind of makes Snake Eyes appear to be the only deck that's viable and make the format look tier 0. I'm starting to believe the format really not tier 0. We have a multi-deck format. It's just Snake Eyes have a slight edge, but if you prepare for it, you can beat Snake Eyes. Like as a Yugioh player, I can beat Snake Eyes even without the Fiendsmith stuff. So it's just one of those situations where it's like you have to have the right hand traps, you have to draw they out, things like that. Back to my point though, Shifter Saki, man. No one wants to get hit by Shifter. The card, people have been asking for the card to get hit for a while now. It's just too good to keep at 3 because it makes Tempest a little bit OP if you hit everything else. So hit it to 1, hurt the consistency. Moving on. Flambass to 1. Originally, you guys already know, you guys my previous ban list discussion video, I wanted Flambass banned because I felt like Snake Eyes was only really beating me because of Flambass spamming. But to 1 is good because they have an option of leaving Flambass on the board or using it as an offensive card to push your opponents up to the back row, that way you can deal damage, or do they want to combo with the Flambass by sacking it off to get back to Snake Eyes monster to continue combo? So if you ban Ash and hit Flambass in 1, Snake Eyes will still be a good deck. It just won't be overpowered. And I think that's something a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players want. We want decks to stay good and be relevant in the metagame. We just don't want to be overpowered because we want to play other decks. We want to play our hero decks. We want to play our ritual beast decks in larger numbers. And you know, by hitting Flambass, you can do just that. Now, obviously, people can play those other decks I just mentioned, and obviously ritual beasts did well. But I think you guys get the point where I'm trying to come at. So yeah, hitting Flambass in 1 would be really good. Also, tackling Tempest again. Hit Sangan Summoning. Why is Sangan Summoning at 3? That card shouldn't have been printed. That single-handedly makes Tempai a helmet deck. That's the reason why people don't like Tempai, because you can't interact with them. The deck will still be solidly good without Sangan Summoning being around, but with Sangan Summoning being around, it makes the deck a little unfair, a little OP, and I think it makes the Tempai players not have to think as hard as they would have if they didn't have it. So hit it to 1 right now, see how the deck goes. They can have 1. If you have your Ghost Ogre, you're good to go, or have a way to get rid of your Sangan Summoning. The Sangan Summoning, you're good to go. Also to 1. This is probably not going to happen, but I would love to see it happen. Fiendsmith Engraver to 1. Now I know it probably won't happen, but if Konami does the smart thing by not banning it but hitting it to 1, players will rejoice. Some players will be angry that they bought a Fiendsmith engine, but check it out though. Hitting it to 1 hits Yugioh, hits Snake Eyes, hits every deck that's trying to abuse it. I'm pretty sure the OCG is tired of Fiendsmith. TCG is already getting fatigued from the Fiendsmith already because people were prepping for the deck before it came out, because we saw the OCG results and how it just dominated the OCG metagame. By hitting it early, which Konami has hit decks like this in the past. Can't think of the deck right now, but I'm pretty sure they have. I know that's kind of bad to say in a video, but Konami has prematurely hit decks in the past. And so by, like, for example, I guess Hero DDT from like back in the day, that's like the earliest one I can think of, where Stratos was released legal for 1 weekend at 3. Then I think it either got banned or hit to 1. So why not just do the same thing to Sangan Summoning? The card is goofy. I'm talking about Sangan Summoning. Fiendsmith Engraver. The card is goofy. It opens up different combos for the Fiendsmith engine. And by hitting to 1, hit the other decks like Yugioh, Snake Eyes, making them more fair, because that's what we really want to do with this ban list, the one I'm creating. And the last hit I'm going to do, opening of the Spirit to 1. That's specifically for us Yugioh players. Understand, if everything else gets hit and Yugioh gets a slap on the wrist, Yugioh becomes one of the better decks. Yugioh becomes super OP, and to prevent that, hitting opening to 1, so that way at least Ghost Ogre will be more main decks. You can hit the opening with the Ghost Ogre, so that way you don't have to worry about getting comboed off on from a Yugioh player, and or they don't have to keep on recycling all their stuff. Now, once again, these are just my ban list predictions. I'm going to leave the discussion for you guys in the comment section down below. What do you guys think shopping in the format? Like I said, this is mine, so I want to hear what you guys think. Should get hit in the comments down below. Alright guys, my GoPro got corrupted and overheated, but essentially what I was saying, man, post your thoughts and opinions about the video in the comment section down below. Like the video if you guys are new here. If you want to subscribe for more, subscribe for more. It's your boy Rogue, and I'm signing out, man. And yeah, man, let me see y'all thoughts about the ban list and what y'all think should get hit. Peace.